Okay, welcome back to another video, and today we are going back to a video that I will react to Godzilla, the aliens.
I need the same comfort and peace of mind online as I get on stage. Google security.
Since being awoken by atomic bombs, Godzilla has lit up the silver screen. But his looks seem to be ever-changing, starting with the original. Let's go through his theatrical looks and story. Animated. In his first ever appearance, Godzilla has small arms, thick legs, and dorsal plates down his spine. His pupils are tiny, and he has fangs and pointy ears. After attacking Japan, he gets disintegrated to bone. A new Godzilla, appears in Godzilla Raids Again. This monster is thinner, with longer arms, a smaller head, and larger pupils. When in close-ups, his teeth appear to be jutting out. Sadly, he's buried in ice. But in King Kong vs. Godzilla, he busts free. He's now in color, is more plump, toeless, and has a lizard.
The first Godzilla with color. Yep.
Like head with.
And I think there's a total one about it until then. I think they make the time back to white for some reason. Okay, anyways.
Yellow eyes, no ears, and no fangs. He faces off against a giant ape, tumbling into the ocean, only to be washed ashore in Mothra vs. Godzilla. Now he's slimmer, has a wider head, white eyes, and smooth, shiny brows. As his rampage continues, he gets covered in silk and again drops into the sea.
That's the Godzilla who protects humanity, I think.
But in Ghidorah, the three-headed monster.
It's been a long time since I'm not. It's been like a long time since I watched Godzilla movies since all the time, so it's going to.
Monster, he's back. Now with a slimmer face and longer tongue. From this film on in the original series, Godzilla now defends humanity from more evil monsters. In Invasion of Astro Monster, Godzilla is thinner. His dorsal plates have more definition. His claws are dull, and his head is rounder. He shows off his new dance moves before briefly being put under alien mind control. Ibara, Horror of the Deep, gives Godzilla less angry brows. He battles against a big lobster and narrowly escapes an exploding island. In the sequel, Godzilla's neck is elongated. He's pudgier, and his dorsal fins are flimsy looking. His nose is also stubbier, and his eyes are bugged out. Oh, and he's now raising a hideous son. In Destroy All Monsters, he's slimmer, while his face appears more like it did in Astro Monster. He's put under alien mind control again, but once free of their control, he turns on them. For the next three sequels, his look remains consistent. In the first, he helps his son face off against a bully. However, this all takes place inside the dreams of a young boy, so moving on. Next, in Godzilla vs. Hedorah, he opposes a pollution monster.
Return the sun, save the earth. He's like, what do I do? Sorry, you know what? Save the earth. I'm humanity of Godzilla. I must protect who I am. Let's go. I must destroy that ink thingy.
And when curled up like a shrimp, he can now fly backwards. In Godzilla vs. Gigan, Godzilla has gained the ability to speak, while his suit, skin, starts ripping during his triumphant battle. He appears slimmer in Godzilla vs. Megalon, with a shorter neck, soft bright dorsal fins, and a round pig-nosed face. He boasts a long-distance dropkick, but this movie is mostly about a size-changing robot, so let's keep going. In the next two films, Godzilla has an angrier expression and more detailed muzzle. He uses a magnetic upgrade to protect an ancient god from Mechagodzilla. And in the sequel, faces him once more. But this timeline's Godzilla is sent to retirement. And 9 years later, a reboot Godzilla appears. This one's taller, has larger dorsal fins, a fourth toe, and his fangs and ears make a return. Although his reign is short-lived as he trips.
I wonder if this could be added to Godzilla with. No.
Into a volcano, only to explode out in the sequel. He has a smaller head, a more muscular build, larger outer fins, and a cat-like face with a secondary row of teeth. He takes on a giant plant monster, who gets turned into glitter. In Godzilla vs. King Ghidorah, his original form, the Godzillasaurus, is taken out of the 1940s and exposed to modern-day radiation, turning him into a taller, muscular, and angrier-looking Godzilla. He fights Mecha King Ghidorah and then gets dumped into the ocean. In Godzilla vs. Mothra, he's thinner, his dorsal plates are rearranged, and his neck is more ribbed. His head is flatter, and he has golden eyes. He battles against Mothra and Batra, and once again is plunged into the ocean and locked in by Mothra's magical powers. But somehow, in Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla 2, he's back. He has slimmed down shoulders and slimmer legs. He's also raising a blue-toned baby Godzilla. This time he's defeated when his butt brain is destroyed, but he's easily revitalized just moments later. Godzilla vs. Space Godzilla features the bulkier original with less detailing in the neck and larger eyes, Godzilla Jr., who is taller and chubbier with a greener color scheme, and a large flying blue crystallized Space Godzilla, who gets obliterated. In this timeline's final film...
Yeah, I'm not just saw Space Godzilla coming to Kaiju was because I think back, I couldn't remember, okay, I don't know if it's in 2020 or 2019. Like, we're not too sure if he's coming or not, but I think so he's still coming. Because the owner of Kaiju, he has some plans that there is too much that he needs to do. Do the first one we made, like have a Mario, a Wii Mario, then the other ones, like I'm gonna do the Wii Mario, then making the new one after 1 week. New Mario, Wii Mario, or new Kaiju that is Pizza still working on it, but Pizza it will take days to do it. So yeah, let's continue.
Godzilla is glowing orange, and his son now looks more like a...
I am making his baby Godzilla Jr. that it's actually kind of like a it's like the movie to do on the reverse, and they to make a kid play with where they make a new movie. That Pizza did not making a new movie anymore of Godzilla hybrid. Pizza did not making anymore. And it's
a hunched version of his father. When the original Big G has a meltdown, his son absorbs the radiation and turns into the new Godzilla ready for action. But the series would be continually rebooted, dropping him altogether. The first American Godzilla appears as a large mutated iguana with blue dorsal...
This is my least favorite Godzilla movie. Like, okay, here's my second. First of all, it is a cool one. I like it, but the problem is that he looks like a dinosaur. He's like a T-Rex. That if other people got a problem with me, say that, nah, man, he look cool. And when I say that he's the worst, I say this is my own thing. Like why he's so bad, because I don't like the design of it. Because I know the owner want to make him something different, but still, I don't like the design they did.
Spines and a hanging dewlap. This Godzilla also has hundreds of tiny raptor-looking offspring, but this happy family is...
And the Godzilla anime series, the city, I kind of like it. I got every single season. I couldn't remember anymore. I'm not too sure the city. A piece of the city 1 and 2. I couldn't remember. That is only CD 1 and 2. Yeah, or 3. It's been a long time. Yeah, I have them in my house, but I need to find them so I could react to them. I know the Godzilla. I named him Zilla because in the fireway his name is Zilla, but I call him Zilla because it's not Godzilla. So I still need to find the DVD so I could watch it. I know these are the same thing, but I like the anime more because he have a time back, and guess what? His mama doesn't. Fire Beef doesn't even have a time break. Well, she does, but not that much. So let's continue.
Taken out by basic explosives. Back in Japan, in Godzilla 2000, he appears shorter, with green jagged skin, sharp purple spines, and a reptilian-looking face. While he's nearly swallowed whole, he's good to go.
I wanna know what does he would look like if he did? It's probably gonna become an opposite of Godzilla.
The next reboot, Godzilla vs. Megaguirus, in which he's lighter, with a longer neck, and smaller mouth. He defeats a giant flying insect, and is then sent into a black hole. In Giant Monsters All-Out Attack, Godzilla is formed by the ghosts of vengeful World War II victims. He has smooth...
Okay, looking that, I know this is not the second movie, but when I looking that, that looks so, okay, I got me. That looks so cool. Looking that, hold on. Look at that. Imagine this still continue the movie of it, and then a few years he came back by a different look.
Charcoal colored skin, white dorsal fins, and a hunched neck. His face is less lizard-like, with pure white eyes and no ears. But this Godzilla is mutilated by a drill missile, leaving only his beating heart behind. The following reboot, Godzilla Against Mechagodzilla, re-adds the jagged design elements and introduces a more wolf-like face. In the climax, he's blasted by a beam, adding a visible scar to his chest for the sequel, Tokyo SOS, in which he's covered in silk and a...
Oh yeah, I remember Kiryu. Kiryu is the death of the son of that Godzilla, and then the fire of 1954. It's like the same page.
And flown into the bottom of the sea. Godzilla Final Wars features a taller, smoother, and more slender Godzilla, with longer ears and red eyes. This Godzilla fights against a multitude of creatures, including an upright standing 98-Zilla. Then he and his hideous son head back to the ocean. In Shin Godzilla, he's first shown as a light-colored and armless creature, but quickly evolves, growing tiny arms and becoming more red with bloody accents. His massive main form is darker with a much longer tail that has a little face on the end. His
For no reason, probably the remake. I'm not too sure is it back or not. Okay, yes.
jaw can unhinge and split apart, and he has a variety of handy new skills. He can also apparently reproduce human hybrids from his tail tip, but he's given a freezing agent, ceasing his evolution. The anime trilogy depicts a muscular, rounded Godzilla with a tree bark-like texture. 19,000 years later, he sports beard-like spikes and grows to his largest on-screen size, easily allowing him to become the ruler of Earth. Meanwhile, back in 2014, a plump American Godzilla appeared.
Going to the okay, I would say MCU. It's not MCU. Okay, then where we go? The God.
This titan has jagged dorsal plates, wide elephant-like feet, and noticeable gills. He comes out of hiding to stop two hideous star-crossed lovers. In Godzilla, King of the Monsters, he's taller and beefier. His lower half looks less stubby, his tail tip is more blunt, and his dorsal fins are less sharp and artfully glowing. Later, in Godzilla, King of the Monsters, he's taller and beefier. His lower half looks...
I just saw my mom this, like, no, not like, I'm not watching this yet, I was about to watch it now, but, I mean, like, when I saw two different about Godzilla 2014, 19, I told that in the 2019, he was fat, and now he's skinny and stuff.
less stubby. His tail tip...
I thought the Godzilla 2014 is not the same Godzilla 2019 until I found out that in the comic books, I think that's what, I don't know what that called. And then it's explained now how the Godzilla lost his dorsal plates onto the new one I remake.
is more blunt, and his dorsal fins are less sharp and artfully glowing. Later, he's given extra radiation, and after ashes rain down on him, he gets a fiery new look and power upgrade, helping him to retain his kingly crown.
And in 2021, it will probably be the same, but do stuff, yeah. And we still need Godzilla 2019 because... Bruh! Shoot yourself, guys, dang it. Okay. That's alright.
Thank you for
Maybe next video or tomorrow, maybe yeah, I could make the King Kong one.
watching, liking, and subscribing. And as always, thank you to the patrons for supporting the channel. If you'd like to see more kaiju
If you're watching this, can you do Dr. Octopus? Can you do Dr. Octopus, please? Make it happen, please. Come on, I want to see it now. Come on. And that's all I ask is the guys to say that. Also, my first comment is, can you do every use of King the Dog? I know Godzilla is cool. Godzilla, I said, yeah, I see. Okay, yes, okay, hold on. 2 years ago, I actually did not watch, so when I saw that I was like, funny video, and that's I was like, wait, can he, I tried to say, can you do King the Doya? I know Godzilla so cool, and then I thought, and 2 years ago, I thought I could watch it, but I forgot. I was like, what I was gonna watch? Like I almost forgot. So, yeah. Oh my god. I hope Firefly come and the one Green Goblin did the actor because he would do a perfect job of acting. I hope Green Goblin, the actor, I say forget his name, so I gonna name him Green Goblin. He will be good as Liam after. Yeah, so back to 2 years later, that I was gonna watch this when I was on YouTube. This was that day. So till then, I think that my phone that I was when I was watching my phone say I forgot when I was watching. Yeah, so that's all folks. So